Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name is Rochelle and I am doing a reading for Leo in all placements, and it's timeless and general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to be doing this spread using a lot of oracle cards, and this has been so much fun. I love this so much. So let's see what's coming up for Leo, or what's going on for Leo, or both. All right, starting with my elemental oracle. We've got Moon and Darkness, number 7. Marine Life and Richness, 32. There's one of my favorite Leos, Lioness Kitty Cat. Good morning, beautiful. And Rebecca's here too. Good morning, other beautiful. Okay, so health and comfort, 11. Ooh, vacation. Wow. I thought Lioness, you only tuned into tarot when you were at work. I'm very honored that you're here while you're on vacation. Okay, so what do we got here? You have something coming in that you don't see just yet, and that has to do with manifesting abundance. It has something to do with fertility. So if you want to have a baby, there's a likelihood that could happen. If you don't, maybe be a little careful. If you are in a relationship, but you're manifesting something here. And this is so interesting. I've never seen this with this card before. I always just looked at it as a bunch of different sea life swimming around, but there's actually a woman in here in amongst all the commotion. Where are we? Can you see her? She's right here. In her head, her hair is like coral. So this, oh man, and I did talk about fertility. We have a baby here. So there might be a baby in your future, but or it could be some kind of something that you are creating, something that you're bringing to life in an environment that is already full of life. It's like I'm getting it, you feel inspired to create by what's going on around you. And a part of what you're creating, or what is happening, is it could be bringing you closer with somebody that you already have a really strong connection with, or it's connecting you to someone who brings you a lot of comfort, somebody who's got your back. um, I'm getting lifelong companion, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It can, it can be anybody, including pets, who you have a really strong bond with. Yeah, this is really beautiful. Okay. Going with my Queen of the Moon oracle. We've got trust, egg moon. Oh, there's a thing called an egg moon. I didn't know that. So we've got 32, trust, which marine life and richness is also 32. So trust that your life is potentially about to change, is definitely about to become much richer. A lot, a lot. You may have a lot of activities that you may become very busy, or you're going somewhere where there's a lot going on. We've got boundaries. Waning gibbous 3, number 12. Interesting. Both of these characters are in bubbles. Trust and boundaries. Um, yeah, there's definitely some kind of self-protection here. And action. Waning gibbous 6, 15. So this trust and boundaries, both of these kind of speak to this moon energy, where you are you're in a period of time where, like I said, you don't see what's coming just yet. You're you're in a period of darkness, in terms of just, not not seeing being able to see your future clearly just yet. And so, this is happening because it's allowing you to take time to focus on yourself, to focus on the beauty that's around you. You see her gazing at that flower coming down. And bubbles tend to be very delicate. They pop very easily. And I feel like with this flower kind of floating down, it's about to hit that bubble and it's going to pop the bubble. And so that it's like something about beauty. And this looks like a lotus flower. Could be a lotus flower. um which is it, it it's a flower. I need to look more into it, but it's a flower that kind of represents spirituality. And so I feel like you are gaining some kind of understanding. You're seeing things in a new way because you're tapping into your intuition. You're becoming um, more in tune with your own energies, with yourself, and you're connecting to the universe, to the cosmic energies, and and you're allowing in some kind of beauty that you're able to focus on. Maybe you didn't see it before, or there's something specific that is showing up for you. And once this bubble is popped, because you have learned how to set healthy boundaries, um, you're able to just jump up and go. Kind of like, a lot of some animals, like, I don't know, horses, gazelles, just popped into my head. Those types of animals, they are born and they start running. Like, there's not a lot of time where they need to kind of um be protected and held by the mom. It's like once you come out of that bubble, once you're birthed, um you immediately go into action. You start running. You start running with the herd. Taking some kind of action with a group, within a group, and you're just you kind of settle in, like it just feels so natural, so comfortable, and it doesn't throw you off your game in any way because you have taken this time, or there has been this time where you've learned how to trust yourself, knowing when you need to retreat, rather than trying to push forward. You just say, okay, I need to take some time for myself. I'm removing myself from the hustle and bustle. And so, you've learned, or you're going to be learning this kind of how to maintain your balance. Okay, I'm going with the spirit animal oracle. Dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. 18. Give me more space. Rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. 49. Ooh. Um, and the rabbit, rabbit makes me think of, what I was talking about with the fertility also. Um, canary spirit, sing your own song. 12. And interesting because boundaries is 12. So, um, you're learning how to stand in your power, in and be you're learning how to be authentic, how to stand apart from the crowd while being in it. um Bring a gentle touch. I feel that aligns with this comfort and hearth, that you I think that you can get really intense sometimes, um, especially when you are on the move, when you have a goal, a focus, something. You can sometimes, I'm getting like bull in the china shop kind of energy. And so, to just be mindful about how big and powerful your energy actually is, which is why this is here, bring a gentle touch. Um, and now is a lucky time. Everything you're going to start seeing more and more, everything aligning for you. There's going to be all kinds of synchronicities, serendipities, particularly in an environment like this. There's all kinds of, um, kind of chance encounters that are going to, benefit you in some way. And, it's all leading you, or it's all about you honoring yourself and what feels right for you, while being respectful of the people around you who may have different paths, different ideas, different ways of seeing, believing, living. So, I want the voice of the soul's oracle. Karma, 16. Which, is interesting because that breaks down to a 7, which the moon is also a 7. Um, you may be working through some kind of karmic cycle, or possibly recovering from one. Um, Scrying. Are you learning how to scry? I mean, we've got the, kind of crystal ball image here. So, you could have like some kind of gazing ball, or you might be getting into, gazing into water, that kind of thing. Um, Repression, 22. Where is, oh, okay. Okay. Um, I ended up, oh, here, let me get the last card. Secrets, 28. So I ended up looking up repression because it came up in a reading recently, repression, suppression. And I was like, I don't actually fully understand the difference between the two. And what I read is that repression typically is more of a subconscious thing versus suppression, which is a conscious thing. So, um, the idea, and they gave a good example. I don't know if I'm going to be able to convey it very well, but it's like, suppressing something. You have like, you feel angry towards someone, but I don't know, for whatever reason you feel like you can't express that anger, so you suppress it on purpose. Whereas repression is more like, learning that it's not okay to be angry. So you kind of learn, oftentimes we learn these things as children. And so you learn to repress any kind of thing that, like anger that comes up. You just automatically push it away because it's not okay. So that said, um, I feel like the karmic cycle that you've been dealing with has to do with something you've been repressing. Something that you felt you had to keep secret. And we have, now we have a pendulum here. So there's some kind of divination you're doing. I don't know. It's like, you've it feels like you've been dabbling in something in secret, or that you, okay, so this repression could have to do with your natural um gifts, your psychic abilities, your spiritual talents, and you, which again often happens, you were forced to push it down, push it away as a child. um and this is, it's kind of, it's always kind of been there. And maybe, again, maybe it's something that you've dabbled in, or it's something that you've always been drawn to, but you but felt like you shouldn't do that because it's bad somehow. I don't know. And so I feel like you're you're gonna let the cat out of the bag. You're gonna start revealing your secrets. That's a part of singing your own song. Mm, yeah, dowsing, scrying, there's all different forms of divination. Um, could even be like, reading cards. So, going with my Moonology deck, and there's the sun. Good morning. Glad you are here. So, we've got, excuse me, what do you need to release? Waxing moon, the hairy moon. um, what do you need to release? Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Okay. What do you need to release? The past. Something from the past. Something you were repressing in the past or have been because of the past. And a win win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra, which is in Libra, happens in Aries season. So now a win win outcome is forecast any day now. um, anyway, yeah. Okay. Um, Osho Zen. Using my Osho Zen. Existence. Number one, that's the Magician card. Gemini and Virgo energy. Isolation, 3 of Clouds. Let's see if this is gonna, you see? There we go. Come on, focus. Close enough. And sharing. This is the Queen of Fire. Yeah. Focus. Come on. Come on, camera. You can do it. There we go. Okay. So, um, here's this new beginning, and um, this is you. Okay, so this is you connecting with the cosmos. This is you kind of it could speak to this darkness and this moon, but in this card I feel like where she can't see, or where you can't see, you come to this point where you can. So you may still be in the darkness, but now things are illuminated, things are revealed in an it's like having the ability to see in the dark where you couldn't before. Getting your night vision goggles. Which yesterday's reading for Cancer, something came up about the what's it called, like heat vision goggles or glasses. Anyway, so I feel like you are focusing on the possibilities, what you want to create. And as you're doing this, as you're kind of sitting in your energy alone, taking time for yourself, kind of in your bubble, it's almost like this comes after the bubble pops. Um, but I was saying that you kind of hit the ground running. So this could be while you're still in your bubble. But there's this quiet, peaceful energy, and the the ice is melting. If you see, come on, come on, camera. The tears are red and hot and are basically melting that ice. So you've been in a place, in a state of isolation potentially, um feeling, you could be feeling like neglected, left out somehow, whatever you've gone through. Maybe you just went into kind of a like some kind of hibernation, but like ice age style. So this is something that maybe has gone on for a period of time. But this isolation is ending, and it's happening because of you getting in touch with your emotions and letting your emotions flow through you, which tells me that you have most likely held a lot of emotions back, especially regarding what you've been repressing. Because this, these tears, it's like sadness. Partially, it's sadness over the fact that you've been stuck for so long, frozen in place. I don't know, freeze tag just came to mind. But yeah, it's like somebody came along and tagged you. Um, and their warmth somehow like got through the ice, and um their warmth, their touch. Um and there's tears of joy, there's tears of sorrow because of realizing how long you've been stuck, like feeling like you lost out on time or something. A lot of time is was wasted. And by the way, I'm here to remind you that time, it can feel like, when something doesn't work out, you can feel like you wasted your time, but whatever happens to you is never a waste because it always brings with it an opportunity for growth and learning. Anyway, so it's kind of a mixed bag with these tears, but the hot tears are melting, are thawing you out. You're getting the energy moving again. And this allows you to to once you shake off that last bit of ice, you it's like the heat, how do I say this? The heat from within melts the ice, and then the heat and the light within you melts that ice, and then you come out completely transformed, so in this beautiful, warm, loving energy, wanting to share of yourself, share your light, sing your own song, feeling very confident, comfortable in your own skin, um, ready to show the world all all that you have to offer. Yeah, okay. So, let me read this in a different way. I mean, I love this. It's such a beautiful transformation. So, what do you need to release? Karma. something something some kind of karmic cycle, or something that has kept you stuck, that doesn't serve you, hasn't served you, or just doesn't anymore. And as you release, you want to bring a gentle touch, particularly if you're releasing people. Um, you just may not resonate with certain people or certain ideas anymore, and that doesn't make anybody wrong. It just means that you're shifting your focus. And that's where I think that's where we often get tripped up, is we're like, oh, I see things, I think things are a certain way, and somebody else comes along and they see it, think it differently, and we immediately get defensive. And we're like, that's not right because it doesn't align with what I think. And it's sort of learning to honor differences. So bringing a gentle touch, it's like, oh, that's an interesting way of looking at things, or that's an interesting way of doing things. Or if you see somebody who's doing things that you really think are not yeah, that you don't see them as positive. You just, rather than trying to fight against them, you this is kind of about you retreating and being like, okay, well, I know what works for me, I know what's right for me, so I'm going to um gather people around me who care, who are in alignment, and not care, but who are in alignment. And so you're and those people can help take care of you. And it doesn't have to be people. I mean, this trust can be just trusting that what you have to say, this change that you're going through, is leading you, well, it's leading you in a direction that you don't see right away, but you can feel it. You can feel that something is shifting, that light is coming in, and that darkness makes way, or that inability to see, suddenly you can see so much. You see so many more possibilities, and you're ready for this new beginning. You come out of the bubble, and then just kind of taking a moment to contemplate all that's available to you. So then don't let your past hold you back. Don't let what you've repressed um, be ignored. Your past having to do with people who told you that you were wrong in some way. That you, I don't know, maybe you were always told something really, I don't know. Like say you just would have things happen like everyone does, and your parent or sibling or friend or whoever is like, wow, like, you always have things happen to you, you're so unlucky. And as children, we take that literally, and we're like, oh, I guess I'm really unlucky. And you internalize it. And I feel like, there's something about you repressing your energy, your most awesome self, because of something that somebody told you. And so now is a lucky time. It's like you are waking up to the fact that what you were told wasn't true. It was somebody's perception. And you're, whatever it is you're repressing, it's like bubbling to the surface. Like, as you release the past, as you forgive the past, it moves you forward into this beautiful new energy that you've been in this protective bubble, and then the bubble pops, and now you're like suddenly in this beautiful fertile energy. You're manifesting what you want. You suddenly have this whole um, community around you, or some kind of environment that is very it brings a lot. It's that word, it's just very fulfilling, and it's a part of what's helping to release you from this icy stuck place that you've been in. Again, I'm getting tears of joy and gratitude because of everything that you've been through, and you're like, wow, I never thought that I would get to this place, and you are. So then we have a win-win outcome is forecast. Secrets. I think you're revealing a secret, that something that you do that's unique to you, that you've always been drawn to, that you've done, it's something that you've only done in the privacy of your own home. um and now you're kind of stepping out, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna show the world the real me. I'm gonna start telling people what I do, that I do this thing and I love doing it, and everything in me wants to do it. Like, this feels like my journey with doing this channel, with reading cards. um you start telling the world, and it feels like like a dirty little secret sometimes, but you start telling people, and overall people tend to be very supportive, like especially if it's something that you're super into. Um and so you're singing your own song, um taking action, doing doing the thing that you love, the things that you love, and you've got support. You've got so much support. Again, it could be somebody in particular or just your community in general. And there is this, it's like what you have to share is what other people, they want this. There are people who don't even know the message or what you have to share, but they know they want it. It's like when you show up with your, your wonderful meal and light and awesome energy. People are like, "Oh, that's what's been missing. I knew there was something, but I didn't know what." And here's Leo popping in being like, "Yes. Here I am." And everyone's like, "Woo, yay. Love it. This is so great." Um so you are, I mean, again, going from this kind of energy to this is just, it's such a huge transformation. And you are I don't even have the word. A win-win outcome is forecast. Happy, abundant, giving, nurturing, um and just so comfortable in your own skin because you're finally doing what you know is right for you, and doing it without um what's the word? I keep losing words. You're expressing yourself authentically, um, which is the best thing you could be doing. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you. Oh, and there's Cora and Linda. Hello. So glad you guys are here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and leave a comment if it resonates.